Hello and welcome to Pendant and Ring. Today I've got Charles in the sound booth for another coin talk, and today we're going to talk about Mercury Dimes. So what's the deal with Mercury Dimes?
A lot of people think it's one of the most beautiful coin designs that was ever minted. Alfred Weinman, I believe, won a contest. His design was chosen.
I thought the coins were designed by Barber.
No, that was the previous generation of coins known as the Barber dime.
The Barber dime, they still have the head on him, right? The Liberty head is on the Barber dime.
A New Roman type. Yeah, that was the Barber dime.
The Mercury dime, doesn't that have a Liberty head on it also?
Yes, the Mercury dime is referred to as a Liberty dime. It has the word Liberty on it above the Mercury head. The messenger god of Mercury. Was it also Hermes, I believe, was the other name for Mercury? Well, it represents financial prosperity. It represents good fortune.
Did the mint start calling it Mercury dime, or was that something that the people did?
That's a good question. I know that at the time, whenever it first came out, it was called the Liberty dime.
What makes a Mercury dime special?
We're looking for nicely struck edges, cameo type Mercury strikes. And as far as the reverse goes, what you have is a tied bundle of rods with an axe top on it, with olive branches, I believe it is. And what we're looking for, fully struck specimens that have fully struck bands. And there's 3 sets of bands. And you're looking for a full split in the middle that's well-defined, without chunks missing, without circulation wear. I mean, finding something like that in circulation these days is next to impossible. I don't think I've ever found anything better than a fine specimen at best. Even as a child growing up, that's the best that we could ever find. So.
Yeah, it seems that every year it gets more difficult to find beautiful specimens that have all the details intact. Earlier you were talking about the bundle of rods with the axe in the middle. Do you know why they do that? What that design means?
I actually don't know.
I can tell you.
Okay.
It's a French design. And in the 19 teens, America was enamored with French culture. We were really into Art Nouveau and Art Deco, and we really wanted to embrace that as part of American culture too. So what we did was we looked at their historical design of a bundle of rods with an axe in it. And the reason that they have that design is because it's a reminder to the rulers that as long as he does not use the axe, the king of France, the people will not use their rods. It was established after the French Revolution, and America adopted the design because we were enamored with French culture.
I'd seen it on French coinage, and along with the rooster, things of that variety. I had no clue that was the case.
Yeah, our countries, not just with France, but in America, it seems like we have other countries influencing our coin design. But that's a topic for another podcast.
Right. Charles Barber was pulling from his designs were all Neo-Roman, Greek, Hellenistic, and absolutely.
So earlier you were talking about edge marks on the coin. Is this a smooth edged coin, or does it have a reeded edge?
It's a reeded edge design. All American coins, except for the nickel and penny, I believe, are reeded edge designs.
And what kind of damage can a person find on the edge of a coin?
Oh, you're looking for rim nicks, gouges. Keep looking, though. You'll eventually find an error that could be very valuable. But rim nicks devalue a coin, so you're looking for clean rims, well struck. You might find filled die errors, or...
How can you tell the difference between an error dime and a damaged dime?
Well, the mint error would have been damage that occurred at the mint or in the planchette prior to strike. A lot of times there will be dies that were where the mint dies at the Philadelphia, San Francisco, or Denver mint were filled with grease or filled with dirt or whatever matter that the mint chief or the crew missed when they were preparing the dies. And so those will be extra material that was pushed into the face, into the planchette, the coin's planchette. So you'll find a positive impression into the face or into the side of the coin. That's one type of Mercury dime error that's fairly common.
So that kind of error will have extra material or missing material, and it will match. It's right. Just like because it happened at the mint.
So a hair, maybe something as small as a hair.
And it would just leave a line across the dime?
Correct. Something along those lines. More common with the foreign coins that were minted at the San Francisco Mint. We rushed those through production. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, we minted coins for countries like, I believe, Guatemala, Liberia, Australia during the Second War. A lot of international coin production was, but we're getting off topic.
The dimes were minted, you said earlier, in San Francisco, Denver, and Philadelphia. How can you tell which mint made the dime?
The Philadelphia minted Mercury Dimes don't have a mint mark, but they would normally be on the reverse, on the left lower side of the coin below the rods.
What's Denver's mint mark?
Denver is a D.
What about San Francisco?
San Francisco is an S. We used to have the mint marks where it says one dime, it's to the right of the word one on the reverse of the coin. Not to change subjects, but the Barber dime was minted at 4 mints. Those were probably 5 actually. Carson City and New Orleans mints, which were closed down. But that's a whole nother conversation. So Carson City, Nevada, and New Orleans, the O mint, those were. You could find those with Seated Liberty and Barber dimes. Long story short, though, the Mercury dime was only minted at the Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Denver mints.
Okay. It sounds like there's a lot more dime history to cover, but we've run out of time for today. Thank you for joining us. Remember to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
On Pendant and Ring.